Welcome to Beyond the Box.
Our guests are insiders that are now out and on our side, dropping nuclear intel and breaking it down just for you.
And now it's time to introduce our hosts, Brenda Lankridge and Suzanne Haunt. Join us and subscribe for weekly shows. Beyond the Box begins now. Let's jump in.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a late night show. Yeah, see, Andy and I are at. I'm waiting for Steve to get here. He had a few things that he needed to do before he came on the show. So I had a few things to do. Or he had a few things to do, sorry. Trying to shake my head at somebody asking me questions and talk to you guys at the same time. Doesn't that go with walking and chewing gum at the same time, Andy? I think it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know everybody is probably out, maybe visiting with family, hanging out, doing their thing.
Or in La La Land.
Yeah, it could be in La La Land too. I would almost bet. That's where I'd be right about now. But, hey, what the heck? So, Andy and I are going to sit here and amuse you guys for a few minutes. Actually, look, Andy laughed. Hi, Jason. Uh-oh. Well, I hope it cheers you up too, Jason. I'm sorry you've been having a bad day. I kind of had one of those too, so it's all right. It's okay, though. You know what, Jason? We're going to pick up. We're going to move forward. Off we go. And I hope your day gets better. So tonight, Steve is going to, we put a bunch of stuff together and a bunch of videos together. And it's really amazing, these orbs. So, hi, Brent. So we compared them to the pictures that Steve had taken out at Susie's ranch when he was taking pictures of the stars. And when you focus in on them, they look exactly like what these orbs look like when you focus in on them. A circle, little box that has something in them. And a couple of them, if you look really well, they've got arms, legs, wings. There was a few of them that were really huge. And he said, but they're so big. And I said, well, if you want to go on the biblical side, and they are fallen angels that have been trapped. Fallen angels, Nephilim, and they're giants. So yes, they would be quite big. We've all heard and seen all kinds of videos floating around, what is this? Now, I will tell you this, the drone thing, okay, the drones are ours. Don't listen to what anybody else says. They are ours. If they were not ours, do you not think our military would be blowing them out of the sky? Yes, they would. So, Steve said his camera's not working. What? But so they are they're ours. But now the orbs, on the other hand, now those are not ours. Steve can look at them from a point of like a um, film industry type thing, and he can tell that it's not, those are not CGI. So yes, that's Brent, Jason. Brent, you're in your other account. You're messing with people. But so we would like to find out what they are. We would like to, um, some people say they know what they are. Some people say they think they know what they are. We can speculate on anything where they're concerned. Um, I think somebody read our biblical playbook. I think that there's just been a lot of stuff. Now, I've also heard it said, and I will give you this information. I've also heard it said that it is something that is being introduced to the population slowly so that people can accept them. If they're alien in origin, there are a lot of people that are accepting of them already. So I guess it's the other population that doesn't know what in the Sam crap is going on, or they're living in their own little fascination world where they're not sure. Steve, if you're listening to me, unplug it, plug it back in, try to fix it. Or I don't know, maybe we can bring you on and you can share them with my messenger and I can go ahead and share them on the screen. I guess we could do it that way. But Steve has put together some fascinating stuff. Right now his camera's not working, so he's working on trying to get it fixed. And I'm hoping we can come up with some answers, going to be used as a push to release military. Military swarm bots. Well, I will tell you this, Jason. If they are alien in nature, I don't really think that our military has got stuff that can stop it. I really think that they can. I really think that they can probably have the technology to overdo our military. I really do think so. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos where it shows an orb and it looks like there's a little red line that goes to one of the drones. So I think that maybe it was checking out the drone. Because if it's alien in nature, they're not going to let any kind of machinery that we have or anybody else, a human, has. They're not going to let them hook it up to them. That's a big no. Now, also, we know that they've been talking about alien races with the House, Senate, all that stuff. So if it is alien in nature, and they haven't really done any harm right now other than knock around some of these drones, which if the drones are trying to do anything to them, I'm pretty sure that that's what's going to make it happen. They're not going to allow it. It might be... Yeah, they might be signal matching with aliens. Could be. But if they know they're there, then they're not gonna, why would they be messing with them? Because they've been keeping them under their belts for how many decades now? We've known, and they lied, and they've been keeping it from everybody, and they've done it all of our lives. So now that a lot of it is out, and people suspect, and people know, and people have seen, you read about it, you hear about it all over the place. So now that we know, why keep hiding it? Why keep acting stupid about it? I mean, I know that our government thinks that we are dumber than a box of rocks, but they've got to know there's enough people out there that are disclosing it. There's enough people out there that have had photos, that have had all kinds of things. Now, granted, they've done things like try to discredit. I mean, look at Roswell. Sorry, but you know what? Roswell was real, and they covered it up. They hid it. They did whatever they could do to destroy anybody's thought on it, just like they do everything else. But now it's been happening so much, and it's been all over the place. They can't deny it anymore. I mean, you can't do it. You cannot deny it. So I think that they should just swallow their pride, swallow their stupidity, come straight out and tell everybody what it is, what's going on. And if the other mass of people who don't think for themselves don't get it, well, eventually they will. You got to let them go sit in a corner and cry a little bit first, I guess. Because why should the rest of us sit here and still think, oh, God, well, they're still calling us stupid, or they're still saying we don't know what we're talking about. Hi, Woo. Merry Christmas to you, too. So, in a lot of aspects of all of this, and Woo catches some pretty good stuff out there on his cameras, too. It's pretty good. So, with everything, I want to say that I agree with just opening your damn mouths and saying what it is that we're dealing with. I think that if people understand that it is alien, as long as it's to the point where it doesn't do anything to harm any of us, our families, our animals, which I am pretty sure in an alien race, there are good with bad, just like human race, just like animal race. I mean, if you don't have good, you don't have bad, how can you have good? I mean, nobody would ever have anything to compare it to. So right now we were waiting on Steve. Steve's trying to do a reset on his stuff because he got home, his camera wasn't working. So well, Woo, there will be some people that will have a meltdown. I agree. If the truth comes out, that there will be some people that may have a meltdown. But if it is put out, well, mainstream media, which everybody seems to listen to, they listen to every other piece of crap that comes out of their mouth. It's put out by our government. It's put out by a lot of things like that. There are a lot of people that can handle it. And that's one of the reasons why there are a lot of us that absolutely understand. And we know we've had people call us conspiracy theories, call us this. You know what? You better have a conspiracy friend when this all happens, because we're the ones that are going to have to help everybody get through it. Because we already know. We already understand. Oh, yay. There he is.
My dumbass. I'm sorry.
What did you do?
I had settings changed on the computer. I went and made everything private, so it was like blocking access from my webcam here.
Oh,
It's a good thing I remembered that. Otherwise, I would have been here for like the next several hours trying to figure out what's going on.
oh no.
How's the audio sound?
Sounds pretty
Everything
good.
good? Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I was just sitting here going over things with everybody about these orbs, and I told everybody stop stressing about those stupid drones because they belong to our government. Let's just come on. Our government would not let drones fly around all over the place in our airspace without being shot down. But what we're interested in is we're interested in them orbs. Oh,
And we have a lot of footage to show tonight. So just letting you know about that, everyone. It's
woohoo!
going to be a wild one. So the question is, where do you want to start with all of this?
Well,
Beginning.
I told them
From the
about
beginning.
the other night when you and I were looking through those videos, and I remembered how the pictures that you took yourself out at Susie's of the stars, how they resembled, when you did the close-up, how they resembled what's inside those orbs.
Yeah, maybe we should look at that. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, because it did a lot of, I was like, oh, wow, look at that. It looks just like those pictures, Steve. There's something in there. And those
Yeah.
were taken a few months ago, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was back in April. I believe either the 20th or the 22nd of April. From the looks
Yeah.
of it here.
And those were taken by Steve. So when we compared them and we looked at the orbs, I was thinking, oh my God, they look just like what you took pictures of. So if that's the case, and they are alien in nature, they have been around for a while. They're not just popping in out of nowhere. But I've heard them say that our alien treaty that was signed years ago expired. And they probably feel that it's time that we know about them. They're tired of hiding. Somebody better do something with the bad ones, because we can't have bad things going around just thinking they can chew on our legs when we go down the road. I'm already missing one. I can't afford to have another one gone. So they need to fix that. Hi, Norma. I didn't really expect too many people to show, because normally we don't do shows this late. But I had things to do yesterday, and Steve had some stuff to do earlier today. Let's see what we got here.
So this is my photograph. I have several photographs here that I took on Susie's ranch back in April. And these are of the sky. And I'm going to zoom in here because this is what Brenda, Susie, and I did. We went and looked at what these stars were in the photographs. And the closer we got, you see, this looks like an orb here.
Yep.
But these are all stars. There's
Supposedly.
depth. There's like a depth to everything in here. You see dark shadows, and they're all like different. They're not like symmetrical or anything.
Right.
And some people could say, oh, there's like artifacts on here and whatnot, but like the more you look at because this is an expansive sky picture, the more you look at this stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. And I've seen a lot of pictures of the night sky and some of these other stars that look, I mean, in the videos we're going to show later, like there's high def pictures. It just looks like these little things.
Yeah. Look at those little things. And in a lot of the orbs, when you zoom in on them and you look, they look just like these little things over here. So It's a wiggly.
Another thing, there's 2 black dots here on either side of it,
Right.
and then random dots on as you go on. But
And that was a clear sky in Texas, folks. A clear sky.
so we're gonna go down to the one on the left side here, because these are the ones that were really wild.
Yeah. Yeah, they look like little flying birds.
Even with lens distortion, I doubt this is lens distortion. And it's something that came across my mind too when I was looking at all of these is, oh, is it possibly something with the camera? But there's all different colors in this. And it's not anything that's repeating itself. These are multiple objects on the screen.
Yeah.
And these are all over Susie's ranch in the night sky.
Yeah.
So,
And sometimes Susie has some weird stuff happening out there.
this one's really funky. Almost looks like there's a
Circle.
it's like a rod with a circle around it.
Yep.
So,
So these were taken back in April, you said, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in a folder called 420 to 422.
Yeah, I just thought that it was very interesting that when we were sitting there just looking at the random videos and they were focusing in on some of those orbs, I was like, wait a minute. I've seen that before.
Yeah,
Well,
look
I've
at
seen
these
those
things.
in those pictures that you took out at Susie's. Yeah.
Anyone care to tell us what this is? Anyone viewing out there? I mean, beats me. Now, she mentioned about like, looks like there's black cubes here.
Yeah.
And it's almost, her theory was that they were, souls or spirits that are
Angels.
trapped, angels.
Yes, because the
And
bodies and the wings, and in some of them you can see a notch on top like a head. There was even some that sat upright like that.
yeah, and the longer we looked at these, we start seeing probably not on these ones, but the square, the cube, it's like a
Yes.
black cube. It's really bizarre.
And
But
we
it makes me
spotted,
wonder.
yeah, and we spotted some of those in the orb videos too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few close-ups we'll be showing because I have all the links saved. Yeah, look at this like cluster of them.
Yeah.
You tell me what this is, because it beats me.
Looks like a swarm of something. But when you look at them from afar, they look like stars.
Yeah, let's do the
This
zoom
came
out.
off of Steve's camera itself. So, it's not like we pulled this off the internet somewhere. Steve actually took these pictures himself.
Yeah, this is my photo.
Yep.
So, can't really dispute that. And no, it's not edited. There's nothing edited about this. Even this one here, you could kind of see the inner
Right.
whatever. It looks like it's similar to that one.
So now are they, let's ask you guys, now a lot of people know about the fallen angels, okay? So do you guys think that there is something about that maybe they're trapped, they've been trapped, maybe their entrapment is up?
I would even entertain the idea of this being other species of aliens. I wasn't on board with that like for quite a while. I was under the whole impression that all of these things are demons. So
I don't, like I said, there's good and bad in everything. So I don't think everything out there in our universe is bad. I think there are some good with some good intention for this planet, but I will tell you this. If people remember correctly, and it's just like what, we've all kind of come to understand. If you read the proper Bibles, the whole thing about Revelations is that, see, God made it to where we inherit the earth. Okay? So now we have found out that it does say that the evil will leave this planet. So are the aliens here to take the evil off this planet? Are they going to stick them somewhere else so they don't bother nobody else? I mean, we can only hope so. Because I'm getting tired of living with them because they're a big mess. So, is this alien? Is it part of biblical? Is it some kind of phenomenon? Are they going to sit there and tell us, oh, you guys are just grasping at straws? Really? So everybody that sees these, that gets them on film, gets them with pictures. So we're all butt nutty, right? I don't think it goes that far. Ooh, Steve's got videos.
Yeah, we got the videos ready. So this is from Dr. J Radio Live, and he actually was a helping hand with Art Bell on his last show. I think Midnight in the Desert. So Dr. J now is posting stuff on his own channel, but he's also collected these from like people have either submitted them to him or he's got them from Third Phase of Moon, which does a
Right.
lot of coverage on this topic if anybody wants to check them out. But there's a lot of junk with Third Phase of Moon too. They'll take everything and like dissect it, but not everything they get is authentic. But Dr. J likes to show stuff that he believes is authentic. So I like that there's that filter in between.
Now, this is from New Jersey, right?
Uh,
Yes. It says
yes,
New Jersey.
yeah, it
Okay.
says that on top. Yep. So he has it paused. So it's the two dots up at the top here.
Yeah.
That's just a lens flare off the camera. So I can confirm that little thing following him. That's all lens. Yeah, but that is not. That's a craft, and I don't know what it's doing. But yeah, they all have these the FAA lights on, the green
Yeah.
and red.
Now
But not all of them look like that.
that right there might be a
Look how
drone.
it's
But
huge. No,
yeah, it is.
this is a gigantic whatever it is flying around.
True.
Think of like the Imperial ships from Star Wars, those really long ones. That's what it looks like to me.
Right.
But yeah, I do believe some of these are U.S. drones. But how do you explain
Now,
this?
what is that? That was the one that we were trying to figure out. What on earth is lighting the sky like that? Now, at first, when I first glanced at it, I thought, well, maybe it was lightning, but no, no, and no.
And that's some big light source too.
Yeah. Now, could that be something from our government? It could.
Mm-hmm.
But we're sitting here trying to debunk some of it, and our government has been good at doing different things like that, and we all know this.
Here's a different variation too, and
Yeah.
I liken it to a strobe light because it's so quick with the flash, but
Yeah.
it doesn't fade out like a normal light source would. It's like on off, on off, on off, and usually there's a fading away of the light on any other type of light source that we use. And that looks like it's just in the middle of nowhere in the forest.
So what do y'all think that one is? Jason said he might pass out and go to sleep. He said he'll still be listening.
Well, that's fine. I fall asleep to podcasts quite often. So I take that as
I used
that's a
to do
good
that,
sign.
but then I'll be sitting there self-consciously listening to what they're saying, and then I'll start dreaming about whatever the heck it is they're talking about. And I found out that really wasn't good for my soul. Hey, there's Susie Q.
So this is a light source in the water,
Oh, yeah.
which opens up the whole conversation of the UFOs that are in the water.
Now, that is not an ocean. That looks like more like a lake,
Yeah,
correct?
it looks like a lake or a big pond.
So saying it's a big, huge submarine, that wouldn't work for that aspect. Now, they do have
No,
smaller ones, but
that's like probably not even 20 feet down to the like this to the bottom of the water there.
right.
That's like that looks like a place where I could go fishing.
Yeah. It does look like a nice place to go fishing. I kind of wonder where that's at.
Not sure what this one is.
I think that wasn't that the one we were saying.
Oh yeah, there's an orb following the chemtrail.
Yeah.
So there's a little orb that's just following along.
Where did it go?
There it is. It's right next to it, where my mouse is at. Yeah, it's right next to it. On the left side. So this is what I was thinking. These are it's some form of intelligence, and it's curious about the chemtrails that our government's leaving in the skies. There's another clip later on we'll show, but like it dissolves some of the chemtrail in like a circle or like a sphere, and then the orb disappears after that. And I mentioned to Brenda that I thought it was like collecting samples of the cloud of like whatever chemicals are in it. So here's another orb in broad daylight, no less. And so this one is two orbs that are like letting a chase on with some helicopter. So like I think one of our helicopters is chasing down these orbs, and they're just casually floating along.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
playing a little game of cat and mouse. But there's like an element of curiosity with all these. Like these orbs look like they are intelligent and they're doing something.
Now, I did come up with a kind of an idea of these drones being around these orbs, and I think that, people have been shooting at these, or they've been shooting at these drones. So maybe it's some kind of a distraction to keep people busy so they don't shoot at the orbs. But I would think that our bullets couldn't harm those orbs at all.
Not at all. I agree. And I also had heard that like people put their drones in the sky and then they got in proximity of these things and then the drone dies. So it's like zapped all the energy out of it. And it's another phenomenon that's like it's happened with me. I've gone to a forest that's in a ley line area, and I went in there with flashlights, and the flashlights died right away. They were brand new batteries. I emptied the flashlight. I put more batteries in, turned it on, and it stayed on for maybe a second before it dimmed back out. And it dimmed like that. Like someone putting their hand over a candle flame.
Right. Now, this one
thing
here. Yes, this thing here.
Brenda had mentioned that this looked like one of the archangels.
Because if anybody has ever really looked at what our angels actually look like, now we don't know, really, we don't, but I have seen how, like back in the Egyptian days and when they draw on the walls and they do this stuff, there's always been like these wheels inside of wheels with a big eye in the center and eyes all over the wheels that pass through. So, because people say if we really knew what the our angels really looked like, that people would probably be afraid of them because they don't look like what we would think that they would. So, is that what that is?
You know, looking at this now, it kind of looks like triangles all in it's like a Dyson triangle.
Norma said it looks like a creepy face. I guess it does. When you really look at it. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. But it does move. I did see somebody with a video of it moving.
Okay, this is the high resolution of the orbs. It looks like it has a cloaking device on it. Because this is high resolution. Why would it be so blurry? And you can even see the ring of light that's on it.
True. Yes.
It's very odd. I wanted to go back to this blue one here. The 90-degree angles on this thing. I can't explain it.
Interesting.
But these are what's up in the skies.
Now, I like the way a lot of the things that are in the skies are kind of a white, and that's kind of a blue.
Mm-hmm. And in the photos that I took, there were some that were red.
Yes.
And I think even a little bit of green.
Right.
I would like to do some video like that in 4K and then zoom in on that and see what's there.
I think it's getting just about time to get some more video and camera shots out there at Susie's. If we could find a day when there's no clouds and it's not raining.
Well, it might be sooner rather than later if my plans work out here. I'll talk to you after the show with that.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now look at this. What in the creation is this?
You want to hear my guess?
Yes.
This is not an airplane, but it is one of these other unknown orbs that has shapeshifted into the image of a plane.
Yeah.
Because the top part is not finished. There's no nose on the plane. And these lights might be part of what it really is. But why have the FAA lighting on it on the tips? It really looks like it's trying to mimic what's already there, what we're familiar with.
And I've been hearing that they've been doing that. They've been like shifting into different things. And no, we just kind of started, Rebecca. You're not late at all. But yeah, so people have been saying that they're like shifting into different types of shapes and stuff. So
yeah, and the more evidence in like video and photo that we get, the more questions I have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at here.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, this one. This is our favorite one here.
Yeah, check this thing out. Look at that. Okay, so was it trying to be a bird? Was it
Yeah.
trying to be something bad?
I get chills looking at this because it makes me think about AI trying to replicate something and then it messing up, and then
Yeah.
this is the result.
Don't
Like
say that too loud.
extra
AI,
appendages.
AI doesn't think it can mess up. Don't say that too loud. It thinks it's perfect. Ask them, they'll tell you.
If you look at it blurry, if you like squint your eyes, it does kind of look like it would be a bird or a plane. Not Superman though. But what is this thing?
Yeah. Well, okay, like I said the other night, I would mistaken that for a spider and I would have to kill it. Yep.
But might be bigger than your house though.
I would still try. I would burn the house down underneath it.
This is the type of thing where it looks like if it like landed, it'd be like
Susie.
like 10, 20 feet tall at least.
Look at Susie got jokes. She said it's a plane, it's a bird, it's Superman. I don't know. But then I looked at it. Remember what I said? It looks like it kind of got a face underneath the point at the top. And it looks kind of like angels. Looks like there's arms in there. And then
So
it looks like
I don't want to do that because that's called pareidolia. And that's
I'm just saying that's what it looks like.
Yeah. But for the sake of being completely investigative, we can't be saying, oh, hey, no, that's a face. This is a face. That's a face. We can say we see the face, like we say we see faces in the clouds and stuff.
To me, my opinion. There you go.
Well, if it's an organic living thing, yes, it could have a face. Because we don't know what this is.
Yeah, we don't know. Like I said, spider, kill it. Let's see. It says, wow.
And this is the first of many videos that we have prepared to show tonight here.
Is that, Norman wanted to know if that was taken at night or during the day. I think that's a daytime
image. Yeah, that's a daytime.
Yeah.
Just from the light, the way the light's falling on it.
Something shape-shifting.
So that's that with that one. I will stop screen sharing for right now.
Susie, do I have permission to share Mark's videos that he's been taking over New Jersey? That's the thing you got to ask. Because I don't know if I have permission to share his videos. But, so, what do we think so far? He's got that.
Shape shifting, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I don't know what to think of some of those. I mean, we've seen an awful lot of them, and they've been very interesting. I mean, to the point where I've been running around outside looking up going, where's ours? Where is ours? You know? Apparently somebody told them, try to stay as far out of Texas as you can get because they might shoot you.
All right, we got the next one here. And this is also from Dr. J's channel. So this is another nighttime one. Look at all those lights.
Wow. Yeah.
And you can see the street lights up below. It looks like someone's filming from a road. Oh, man.
And that. And what is that? You know what I heard somebody say? Oh, it looks like the constellation fell. Oh,
Yeah, right.
shut up.
Like a piece of fabric with lights just like fell out of the sky. That's what it looks like.
Constellation did not fall, people.
Yeah,
Well,
not the
that
closed
there.
captioning for
Yeah.
the whatever Dr. J is saying.
So
over there.
was the drone up there checking that stuff out? Probably. Oh, what's this guy want?
They're saying, "Oh, we don't know." Like
And somebody says
typical
that's BS.
politician BS.
Yep. You know, I wish everybody was like Pinocchio. Every time they lied to us, their nose would grow a little bit more.
Would be very helpful.
Yeah, right? Thank you, The Hill, for allowing us to do that, by the way.
See, this is happening in all different spots all over the world, but
Yeah, I
it's
know.
been very prevalent here in the past month. I think Quincy, Illinois also had one, which is a few hours away from here where I'm at. Quincy's very rural area, so a lot of farmland.
Now, that thing there, whatever that is, it looked like at first it was coming. You know how they say that when they come in hot, it forms around it. Yeah, like
A barrier. Yeah, but it's just a little dot. It's a little ball. What would be making that?
Elon. I don't know.
It's a possibility too.
Right.
And then this is above the clouds, so like the whole narrative of they're searching for nukes. Like, why would they be doing that in the sky in the cloud layer?
Right. Brent says you can tell when the politicians are lying because their mouth is open.
Yeah, it's the best way to know.
Yeah, that's it. That would be it.
Oh, this is all the zoomy lights.
Oh.
So over here, it's like a highway of just lights.
A highway of lights. Yeah,
Zoom,
look at
zoom,
that.
zoom, zoom, zoom.
What on earth?
Now I've seen spotlights in the sky before,
Yeah, I have too,
but
but they
nothing
don't
like
do that.
that.
They don't do that. They go back and forth and cross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. It's just flying there.
Yes, Susie, you were a little late. We showed that photographed already that was taken at your ranch. That was what we started off with.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff if you're just tuning
Yeah.
in now. Just after the show, go back and get the goodies there. Because we got a lot that we're showing. We're going to try to get through it all tonight. And we have not taken a break yet.
Somebody has a spotlight looking around. Don't they tell you not to flash lights at it? So what are those fools doing? There's the ones over at the Capitol.
There's a lot of mimicry that's happening here with these things. Because it looks like it's trying to recreate and project itself as things that we already are comfortable with. That's my impression.
Yeah, I would think so because they would, yeah. Like I said. So I heard it say that they're showing themselves in the sky to prove that they're not harmful, so that people could, get adapted to it over the next couple of years. Apparently, this is supposed to be happening, and not if our government has anything to do with it, because they'll just keep lying to us and saying it's something else. Oh, the moon's batteries died, and we can't see anything anymore.
I want to say that this is an interaction between two different things. But it could also be one thing swinging another light around. But it does look like it's probing this
Something fell off the
drone.
drone. Maybe.
It lost one of its Christmas lights.
Yeah. Right? They got pissed off at somebody and kicked it out. Let me back in.
Or the orb is flying around it like a curious insect or something.
But if you look at it when it swings, it's got dark on it, like the machinery that's up there. So I think it lost something. I think it maybe it screwed up and hit another drone. It's kind of dragging a piece of it with it. But that's hard to say. Oh,
it is hard to say. There's like not enough. See, I wish there were more people filming this stuff, but this is all we got.
Right. Now I do have 2 videos that Mark has taken. He lives in New Jersey. He's been on the show a few times. Mark from the Chosen Kingdom. I know there are some out there that know who he is. But I will show them later on after we get through some of this footage, probably maybe after the break. Andy is going to have to go soon because he needs to go to bed. Poor Andy's tired.
And this is lighting up the cloud layers.
Yeah.
So like this is giving us an idea that of just partially of what this is.
Now, I'll tell you, I have seen similar to that with the bright light, but they look smaller when they come out of the clouds. But I was going to say, going in the clouds, because I live next to an Air Force base, sometimes you can see the light of the helicopter going through the clouds. But if you look at that, when it comes out the other side, they're small orbs again. So what is the deal with that? Wondering.
I wonder, yeah, I think they were, this is my take on it, they were putting on their floodlights going through the clouds.
Well, there is that, because I mean there are things up there they can run into, like planes.
But like floodlights,
yeah,
it's all relative here because we don't know what we're looking at.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, Susie says it's like wandering stars. Or one, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think she meant wandering.
That's wandering, all right. But see, and then there's a big star above that. What?
And then it goes out.
Yep.
It stops lighting up the clouds. Like it dimmed down after it left.
Could that be? Well, no. I was thinking, could that be a plane? But
no, not at all. Look at this stuff.
That's true. Planes, like first of all, don't go up like that. And wow.
the intensity of the lights. And let's see, they're keeping it at a constant brightness here. But then once it exits the cloud layer, it dims it down. Right there.
Now Norma posed a good thing, and what if it is UFOs that are cloaked and using the orbs to do what they're doing?
This is the one that's like the inchworm looking one.
Look, even the sky has parasites. That's right. That's the weird one. What is that one?
Just a big light up noodle in the sky.
A light up noodle. Look at it. It's like a flying worm, caterpillar. But yeah, what if UFOs are doing that stuff? What if they are cloaking to not be seen completely all the way?
Or are they just here confused because CERN or something else opened up parallel dimensions, and now they're freaking out, wondering what the hell am I doing here?
Well, yeah, there is that. And see, it kind of sits straight upright for a whole hot second and then moves again. And it's on the move again.
And
Yeah.
they're handling the footage here.
I believe that whatever it is, yes, you're right, Norma, they do want to be seen, obviously. I mean, they're making their presence known.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to see any of this if they didn't want to be seen. They know how to hide.
Correct. That is just so weird. I mean, does any of this scare me? No.
Yeah, I mean,
Any of us that are awake with as much shit as we've gone through, this doesn't scare us. It makes us go, huh? But nothing surprises us anymore. We're just like, okay, that's that weird one. That's the one with the string.
oh, where it's like siphoning off the light. Yeah. So if you see here, just watch this section. It's just getting all the light sucked up to the orb.
It's like the drone is stuck there and it can't go anywhere.
Like it's parasiting the energy off of it.
Yeah, and see, it falls. Ha! That orb's like, I got you.
There's like a playfulness, a curiousness about the orbs.
Yeah.
Which is why I say, like, maybe they don't know why they're here, but I could be wrong.
Or like somebody said that maybe they're trying to, what was it that, I think it was Jason or Brent, one of the two said something about them trying to mimic or absorb their frequency so they can match it. So, let's see how it just falls. It's like done. I don't know what that is. Watch it.
And it's okay, I'm done with you. Bye.
Yeah.
And then the drone looks like it's confused, like it just got roughed up.
The orb downloaded all of its senses. That is just the weirdest thing ever.
So what do we got? We have New Jersey, West Virginia, Texas, and Illinois.
Well,
all of these places have been having heavy sightings.
Yeah, I haven't seen them anywhere around me, but I do live in a city, and we have city lights all over the place. I'm lucky if I get to see. Like the other night, I was out there in back, and I see one frickin' star, only one, and it had to have been the North Star because it was big and it was bright. But I was looking at it thinking, well, that's not north. But it was just sitting there all by its lonesome. No other stars around.
Yeah, I looked up in the sky the past several nights. There's prominent stars up there, but I'm not seeing anything unusual. and I live by O'Hare and Midway airports here. So
Yeah. Definitely strange stuff afoot at the Circle K, y'all.
it's been a while since I heard that.
I know, right? What's the name of that movie? I'm trying to think.
Bill and Ted's
Bill and Ted's
Excellent.
Excellent Adventure. Yes. Where are they now? Where's their phone booth?
This is in the UK. This clip.
Oh. Speaking of which, I should probably try to contact my friend in Australia and find out if he's seen anything strange going on out there. Well,
So this is another clip.
that looks like a couple of drones and
Well, like, okay, I'm gonna back up a bit. It's like the drone noticed the orbs and freaked the.
I know, right? And took off. I'm out of here. Nope, not me. I'm not doing it. It's like, I'm out of here. I gotta go. Oh, see what Norma wrote there, Steve? I've actually seen Courtney Brown before of Farsight. I like his stuff. You see what she put down there? That according to Courtney Brown
Yeah.
of
It'll
Farsight,
increase.
yeah, the good ETs are pushing disclosures. And well, did you really think that our government would be on board with that? That the Pentagon is like having a cow right now, I bet you. Maybe they should all go over the Pentagon and just lift it up, take it somewhere. Now, what is going on here?
Yeah, this is the one that looks like a falling meteor shower,
Yeah,
but it's clearly not.
no, they fall. They don't go straight across the sky.
I think this video is from 4 days ago, so that's about 6-7 days ago.
Look at that. They're like, follow me. Like they have a leader. Uh-oh, hiccup. Excuse me.
It's like that movie Fly Away Home.
Yeah.
when the girl gets into the giant paraglider and has all the geese fly with her.
So did they do that at daytime shots too and night?
This looks like nighttime.
Oh, okay.
Because light pollution on the bottom left.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that looks like. Yeah, it's like a pink haze for light pollution over here. Sometimes it's like blue. But yeah, you really can't see anything by the city.
What they changed the resolution of the video to see it in different aspects, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if they did that with this one. There's some that they do that. They put different filters on it just to show the depth of the objects.
But too bad we don't have anything up there showing any kind of heat. Like, if they have heat coming off of them, if, that's that same one, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's the same. Okay.
Said I'm gonna hook me a drone over here. Our Orbs fish. All right. There's the little dingleberry. I don't even know how to explain that one.
Yeah, these are all what we've already seen. All right.
That's just interesting.
We're at an hour.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break, guys. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Mark's videos too. And I've not seen them. Steve hasn't seen them yet. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at them. Oh, Mexico's getting some, Susie? Cool. But we are going to go ahead and take us a break. Maybe if I can find the freaking video. Look, Brenda. Okay, there it is. And when we get back, we'll go ahead and bring in some of Mark's videos. Because, you know, he can't do a show this late at night. He's in New Jersey and passed out sleeping. So
Nice. A first-hand account from New Jersey. I like that.
That's right. And it's by somebody we know and we trust. So, you know, hey.
But, and I still have a few more links to share too. But, I mean,
yeah,
we'll get to it.
That'll be cool. You know, we got time. We'll do it. All right, everybody. We'll be right back. Oh, hi. So, sorry. I was, Susie, call that woman and tell her she needs to spray her yard. My poor little puppy's been going crazy. And I leaned over and I was petting him and I found a flea. I was like, oh no. And I picked it off and killed it. I'm like, I don't do fleas in my house. So, yeah, he was off venturing into the yard yesterday. We went looking at a house. So, stop scratching, buddy. You can knot your hair all up and I'll have to shave you bald.
What do we got here with
All right, so
buddy?
what I have got, and hopefully, let's see if I get this right. Okay, wait. Where you at, Susie? There it is. Okay. Let me first bring this out here. Hang on, this might be a little hard to see. It's kind of dark. Let me see what I can do. First. Da, 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 da. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. Can you see it? Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Well, now that one's blinking. So that one, is that one blinking?
That's the subject of the video. That looks like the drone or whatever he was capturing.
Yep. Okay, so that's the drone and the street light, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see what this other one is here. Hang on. Let me find myself. She said there's another one here. Look at me. What am I doing? Okay, this one is Rhode Island. Stop it. Leave me alone, phone. This one is in Rhode Island. This one looks pretty. This one looks like somebody celebrating Christmas over the skies of Rhode Island. That's what this one looks like. Look at that.
I'd muted. Mute it.
Mute it. Oh. Well,
At the top.
oh, there it is.
There you
Okay. Look at that. Can you see that?
go. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of light. I mean, that's a lot. I would say that if those are alien, look at how they're lighting back up over here, though. So if that's alien, I would say that classifies as an invasion. But see how they're coming up and they're lighting up?
Very similar to the other clip we were seeing before the break.
Yeah.
Where it was just, we said it looked like the curtain fell for the stars.
Yes. Weird, huh? That's a lot.
And where was that one from?
Rhode Island.
That's right. Okay. Dead.
Yeah. That was Rhode Island. So.
Did we have any other videos from New Jersey?
No, it was those two that Susie sent me. I don't know what else. Were those the only two, Susie? My gosh, I almost called her my ex-husband's name. What? Okay. Roll on. Why do I hear crickets? I hear crickets. Does anybody else hear
There's
crickets
some feedback going on with your microphone, I think.
with mine?
Yeah, it sounds like someone's vacuuming or something. All right, I'll share my screen here because I got the other videos pressed up. There, now it went away. If they're going in and out.
I just moved my mic. It was my hair rubbing against it or something. Cool.
So these are on what I believe are security cameras.
On a security camera?
Yeah, I mean that's what this looks like, or some um, just some camera that's
What?
like a motion capture camera.
Yeah. Like, what are the O's that go across? That looks like somebody trying to mimic a finger. Now look at that. I'm not even sure they can get drones to move like that. Weird.
Oh, it's
See,
hey
what?
Andy. Andy,
Yeah.
can you mute your mic for now? Just check. I want to see if that's what I'm hearing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go. Yeah, so these things are going in like tandem with each other. And yeah, I don't know why it's doing all of the little like streaks, but I guess my best explanation for it is if you
Oh,
if
is
you were
that
to stop time, if you would stop time, these things are moving like a stop motion type of thing. I don't know if that makes any sense.
well,
Just
that
think of X-Men and Quicksilver or the Flash from DC.
I'm just trying to figure out because there's like that one thing that goes across. It leaves like those rings sideways, and then you've got those things that come down or go back up, whichever way they feel like moving.
Yeah, I can't explain what this is.
I don't know. That is just the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, it's a motion capture camera. And these are from all different times too. You see this is from 10/6. There's another one from April.
Oh, so these are not what's been going on over the last few days.
No.
Oh,
No, this has been happening. Like this is June of last year.
well, those two, those four just kind of combined it into two. It's almost like fish swimming and dancing in the sea.
There is something intelligent behind it because it's making decisions to move and turn.
Well, then it definitely isn't us because I don't think that our people are that intelligent, but
This is going into the giant videos.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't want to move on to that topic yet.
okay. I was going to say, yeah, look at that old guy back there in the trees.
And then there's these guys. I'm not sure what, like the context of this, I don't know. So, oh,
Oh,
Another worm.
that
Big one.
I think you were right the other day when you said that almost looks like the opening of a portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing a profile view of it. Pretend like my hand is a portal, and we're looking at it like this. It's just sideways
Yeah.
on an angle.
Yeah. That's I would right at this moment like to see something fly like by it, see if it disappears. Because that is what that looks like. That looks like a big portal.
Yeah, there's no flashing lights on it. It's just a solid light source.
Right. That's
The
interesting.
like the variations of on all of these things. It's just it makes me wonder. I mean, it's having me have to question a lot of things because there's no definite answer here of what we're looking at.
And a sad thing of it is we probably won't ever get a solid, definite answer.
No, we'll just keep getting more amazing videos with
Yeah.
more questions.
Right. More questions than answers. That is just so weird. Hmm. And you notice there isn't a star in the sky, there isn't a plane, there isn't a drone, there's nothing there but it. That's it. That's
Yeah, these other videos that we've been watching, we've seen what looks like a drone, we've seen what looks like an orb, and then together, and now we're seeing this thing, which I say it's different from the other objects we saw.
yeah.
This is on a ferry in the like the middle of the ocean. No one else is around, and these people see all of these lights on the horizon.
Well, I do believe that that's not the first time that that's happened either.
No, it makes me wonder what some of these what the captains of ships have seen just traveling. Yeah, there's another one of it in the middle of the ocean on a ferry.
I know that they had some that they had captured a video like that on a naval ship one time, and somebody let that leak out. And of course, they tried to say it was a bunch of helicopters that were doing some exercise. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's always somebody doing an exercise.
If they were to say they don't know, like they'd lose the
Then it would be
officials
like, so why isn't
would
anybody
lose their
out there
power.
finding out? If you don't know what it is, you're our U.S. military, our Navy. Get out there and find out what it is. That's what you get paid for.
They're too scared to look. Oh.
Well, okay. So send some of our curious minds out there. We'll do it.
Yeah, so this, I think, a different topic again.
It
I don't
looks
know
like,
if this is really what it is.
I was gonna say, that looks like somebody
Oh, you're
cruising
heading
around.
out, Andy?
Yep.
All right, have a
Okay,
good
man.
night.
Good night.
Yep. Me too.
Thanks for being here.
Bye. That looks like somebody cruising around on one of those jetpacks.
Yeah, the whole floating beings thing.
Oh,
I'm not
geez.
sure. Not sure.
A jellyfish in the air. It's got tentacles. It
So
had
that was
tentacles.
the end of the video.
Okay, well, it had tentacles.
So I have this next video. So we got two more for right now, and then we can probably jump onto what But you still have. Just give me a moment.
Jason, you always got us, man. Oh. Whoa. What's this one?
I'm looking for the date here. So this is from 2 weeks ago. But this has been happening for like well over a month now. Oh, this one, Dr. J says it looks like someone's possibly sending a light up to try to hit this thing. And so it's reflecting off like
Yeah.
through a bounce. So let's see. Let's get to where he's playing it. And that's just saying what the officials said. They don't know anything.
Of course not.
So this again, I think, is a shape shift or a cloaking of what the object really is. And it's
You know that one that you showed the first time that almost had like that on there where you said it wasn't finished? It almost looks like that.
yeah, like this is another variation of a projection of a plane, but it's not a plane because there's way too many lights on it, and these are small details that like someone not from here would get wrong, but we notice it. How about you mute that thing?
I can't mute it, but I will turn it off because it's driving me crazy. I'm going to shut my phone off because I try to tell everybody that I'm doing a show so they leave me alone, but people will still text me. It's like, now that is strange.
It reminds me of what we were talking about earlier with the angels, the Dyson sphere.
If I didn't know any better, that looked almost like a phoenix. Did you see it?
Yeah, let's go back.
With the wings and the tail. Look. Is that not what that looks like? I mean, to me, that's what it looks like.
It's like 2 half circles on a 90-degree axis. Because we don't see a top of it. It just looks like we're looking at the bottom of something. I don't know if this is the same object either. It could be.
Oh, yeah. Looks the same. Huh.
My reasoning behind saying that is like now that it's out of sight of people besides this person filming, it's changed its appearance again. But who knows? Because it somewhat could pass off as a plane right there if you're just glancing at it in the sky while you're doing whatever you're doing outside.
I don't know about you, but I don't know. I wouldn't think that was a plane. Huh.
So this here, I guess, well, it'll probably say it here. It says yesterday during the mysterious drone night in coastal counties in New Jersey and New York, a USAF Black Hawk and a Jolly Green were searching something 400 feet from the surface near the coast of Long Island. So it went out to search for something, then it found it, and it's going back and forth. And this
What
is
they
the
were
log.
looking for.
The drone that crashed in the Pine Barrens. Yeah. By the way, Jason, thanks for being here too. We like the company, and we're trying to show this to as many people as possible. And if it helps take your mind off of things, that's even better. Because I'm like knee deep in this right now.
What what state is that, Jason?
Floating man again.
What?
It's a floating man. I don't know.
Floating man. Oh. See?
There's
Now,
a
those
pattern.
don't look like they're going anywhere. Those look like they're sitting still.
Mm-hmm.
And they're twinkling. Like stars.
And so this is like the third variation of this string of lights.
Wow.
So many of them, though.
Yeah, and they're flashing. Blue, red. I mean, individually, they're just flashing by themselves, kind of like the way the stars twinkle. They twinkle.
Yeah, and if Dr. J's trying to guess this is in Poland, he doesn't want to say. So maybe Poland or Austria would be a good guess. So also keep in mind, this Dr. J went and collected all of these after someone else collected a bunch of them, and now we're here presenting all of this to you guys. So this is really condensed and just more, you're getting everything here of what we've been like finding, and we send to each other, and we're like, wow, that's interesting. Like
Yes.
this is all the highlights of what we've been discussing here.
And thank you, Dr. J, for all of your hard work. We appreciate your videos and the way you put things together.
I agree. Yeah, and he's been in the field for a very long time. Like I said,
Yeah.
he was helping with Art Bell. He's one of the last people Art Bell talked to.
I kind of miss Art Bell.
I do too. I got into a lot of this stuff listening to his shows.
I still listen to some of his shows. Now that says Dallas. Uh-oh. What are we doing in Dallas? See?
Yeah, I missed what he was saying on the closed captioning. We've gone through these videos already off air, but yeah, it doesn't ring a bell what
Those are
this is.
planes, but I don't know what they're... I don't know what they're doing.
So I guess he's just saying it's unusual flight patterns for these things. So like our military is searching for something out there.
They can keep looking in Dallas. They're just going to find trouble out there. I don't know. That's all I can say.
Going back to New Jersey. Okay. This is more odd stuff here. All right, I'll cue the next video up.
Okay.
I'll check the comments.
I was gonna say whatever that thing is that they were looking at in the water didn't look too healthy. Look, a big ball fell from the sky. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my goodness. Apparently I didn't do too well wearing my glasses tonight. It hurt that little nerve in my ear. I got that.
That's why I like contacts.
Yeah. I
All
used
right, I
to.
got the next video. This was posted 2 days ago, also on Dr. J's channel. So you can see the palm trees here.
Norma said that thing in the water looked like a giant Pokemon ball. It did. That was a Pokemon Go.
All right, okay. So
That
this is similar to the other one we said. It was like the helicopter was trying to chase the orbs.
Right, right.
I want to say it's a different angle of the same event, but again, I could be wrong. Are there palm trees in New Jersey? Because this gives me a feeling like it's Florida or something.
Florida, maybe.
Oh, this is a mothership.
Yeah, there it is.
Dr. J also points out that he sees the outline of the triangle on this. Yeah, if this thing is a flying ship, that thing is huge. Here's the light highway again.
That. Now, I'm skeptical on that one. I mean,
They're all individual. Some of the lights swing off.
Yeah.
This is not like a fixed lighting source. They're all individual. Like a flock of birds flying around and one of them gets lost.
Norma said there's no palms in New Jersey.
Okay. I'm good we clarified that because I haven't been over there yet. So I don't know. I couldn't say.
All right.
5,000 incidents have occurred, but fewer than 100 are actually unknown. And that's what the government says. So it's probably like 50,000 incidents occurred and thousands are unknown.
That's what our government says. Like, we believe anything they say. What's this? Ooh.
Long Beach, California. Or Long Beach, New Jersey. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading the captions here, too. And this is a very common occurrence on the waters, having these lights like this. This looks like during the day almost.
Them is a...
A lot more lights than usual.
Those are interesting.
So we got the Spanish guys here too.
Yeah.
The captions are bad. Structured craft. Nah, cut out. Just
What's
just when it that good. This guy said he flew his drone over to inspect one of these things and it cut out.
Oh, I think that's the one who said it drained its battery.
Yeah. Yeah, he sent it out with a full battery, and then once it got in proximity of these things, it died, and he had to go retrieve it.
I don't think they're afraid of daylight, Norma. I think it's just easier for us to see them at night, so they think that it's cool. I would think. What better light show in the sky than at night?
Okay, so some of this is repeating again. Gotta love the people filming this stuff and their reactions to it. I like the passion from anybody witnessing this and just
Yeah.
the candid first-hand accounts.
I know when I watch them and I'm hearing them, what is that? And I'm laughing. Dude, what the hell is it?
Whoa, those lights appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah. I kind of wonder, like, people that are going on flights, because right now you would think, with the holidays, everybody would be up in the planes on flights. Why have we not gotten more video in the sky from people in planes?
I think they're waiting, like civilians see it in the public planes. They probably, whoever's videotaped it, they're waiting to release it.
Could be.
Because
I,
if you put this stuff out there and then you start talking about this stuff,
oh yeah, the government comes and wants to look at your phone.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the way some of those just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
And again with the colors on them too.
Yeah. Yes. That's a trip.
This sucker. Woo.
On earth is that?
So
Now,
these lights are not fixed on the thing, they're like wiggling around. And it looks like almost like the Starlink stuff.
right.
But I don't think this is Starlink. But you mentioned about it being Musk. It could be.
Yeah, I mean, well, his brother owns like a major drone company, so kind of sometimes some of the things, because I think that if that was a ship in the sky and it was that big, I think our government would have something to say about that.
Yeah, well, I've also heard of things like this. He mentions here it's about like a mile in length, but I've heard of these accounts where people would look up and all of a sudden that's all they see is nothing but shit filling the entire sky.
Yeah.
So like it's that big, it's flying that low. But I've only heard a few accounts of that, and that's from digging into this stuff years ago. It's like rope lights.
Yeah.
I don't have an explanation for it, other than I think it looks like a giant craft.
Now, are there the same amount of lights on each side going down and then a pause and then two on each side of the bottom? See? Okay. Yeah.
That's a
There's
very good observation, Brennan.
two down there, two on each side on the bottom, and then I wonder if there's the same amount going all the way up to the bright on the top.
Symmetrical, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that it is the same amount on each side. So I don't feel like counting them.
It kind of does. Yeah, well, I couldn't even see him good enough to count him. I just happened to see that There are two on each side on the bottom. There's a space in between them, and then it goes up to the ones to the very top of the tube. Now, Elon Musk, if this is you and your brother, knock it off. That's what I'm going to say right now.
Oh, I think this was the one that had like a searchlight on it. Yeah. Now this one could be a police drone
Yeah.
because there is police presence on the ground, and they're telling them to go back inside their house.
Yeah, like, what are they up to?
Yeah.
They don't want anybody to see what they're doing. Go back in your house.
So we'll do what we want.
Susie said that other one was a Christmas tree. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that was
Yeah.
maybe that was Elon giving us a Christmas gift, or maybe it was the aliens saying, "Look, see, we can be
This
like
one.
what's that one?"
Oh. It looks like it just like a parked ship.
Oh my goodness! But they've got those lights on them that they're supposed to be putting on drones.
This might be a video from a public plane. Like this looks like right near an airport, and they're coming in to land.
Ah,
But it's just sitting there. It's not like bobbing up and down. It's like it's parked in the air. But that's real. That's a large craft, whatever that is.
huh. In did I just see the captions say it was taken from a crappy phone?
Yeah.
T-Mobile.
It always seems like we have that problem too, where we don't get very high resolution images of anything. But this is like on the fly.
What's uh
Yeah,
that's
I don't understand what we're looking at here.
that's kind of weird. Oh, whatever it is, it's now that looks like it's kind of searching. Let's see how it.
It may be one light source from the ground shining up and hitting it, and then it bouncing off to the side. But it could be coming from that object itself. But there's another orb
Ooh,
next to it.
Susie said Morse code. Huh?
Could be.
Interesting.
And see, only when the light is lighting up, you see the
That you
orb
see,
next to it.
yeah. And that's not a reflection off of a
Oh,
camera lens.
it would be moving around with the footage if it was a
Oh, well,
lens.
yeah, that's true.
It's fixed with the object. So this guy's going around filming, or girl, whoever's filming. Yeah, it'd be moving around with the frame if it was a lens flare. But I don't think it is one.
Strange. Huh.
See, then it's like shooting through it. So I want to say it's coming from the light source is coming from that object.
Yeah, because it looks like it's shooting up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And then off to the side.
Then we got the blown up version on the right side there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking at. I'm too blind to look at the little one. So look at the blown up version.
Yeah, because like I'm looking down at the tree line on the left side because I want to see if it goes down any further than that. And I think it also there's a clip of it going down to the surface level here. That might be the end of this one. Oh yeah, this one's wild.
Yeah, those are like all red lights. Look at it. It's like everybody's hitting their brakes, but yet, and it's like brake
It's
lights,
like mimicking the brake lights.
the brake lights, right?
It's mimicking the brake lights up there. Like we're traffic too. Look at us. Yeah, I haven't seen any of this stuff around here, but I'm sure it's happening.
Well, I use T-Mobile, Norma, and I can honestly say that, well, I don't really have any problems losing signal anywhere, but I don't think they're that great. That was cool. Interesting videos. I see them stretched out, but when you're watching them all next to each other, then you get to actually see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that somebody would speak up and tell us the dang truth for once. I get so tired of the guessing game and what do we think this is, and
I got one more clip here.
okay. Whoa. This one tripped me out. Now watch this, y'all.
There's an orb sitting inside of this trail, and it looks like it's evaporating, or what I think it's like taking samples of the cloud there.
It cleared it.
Mm-hmm.
Broke it in half. Interesting.
And then it disappears.
I think that's weird how it came in between the cloud and then the cloud just kind of done. It was done. So, have we come up with any kind of conclusions? I think so. I think that there are things out there that a lot of people don't know about. And I think that there are a lot of things that our government plays with that they don't want to tell us about. But we're not stupid. Norma said, yes, it's our government. Okay, government, guess what? We don't trust you. To lion saps. But
yeah. I think this is a mixture of both government.
I think that it is. I do. I think that it is because
whatever entities these things are.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously, it's like, I mean, I grew up with that saying all the time. I used to hear it all the time. Do you really think that in a vast universe, do you really think that we are here alone? Like we are the only living beings that ever walked the face of the earth? Well, I don't think so. That was a squiggly thing.
So that was the angel thing with the
Yeah.
Dyson sphere. So yeah, there's definitely something going on that we're not privy to. But yeah, this is stuff that's been happening for a
Yeah.
long
See, there it
time.
is. There's that angel.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then there was that woman who was talking to one and she was filming it. And when the minute she mentioned Jesus, it started going crazy. And then when she stopped and wasn't saying anything anymore, it went back to normal. And then when she started saying God is good, it started doing it again. So, I mean, it's hard to say.
All right, I got another clip.
Yeah, I think you're right, Susie. I do think that stars are living beings. This is a must see. All right.
So these are the high definition photographs, which there's no definition. It's just a blob, but
Yeah, it's a
that's
blob.
what it's showing.
It's something inside of it with the black around it. Remember what we were talking about? And then it's got them. I think somebody said it looks like an embryo. Oh, well,
That thing is what we're seeing right here.
yeah.
The,
See?
the Dyson sphere, and that it looks like what an angel would be rendered like
Right.
biblically. All
I
right.
think that's amazing. And maybe we're right. It is a mixture. So,
Like this, I don't think is anything to do with our government. This is something else entirely. But the stuff that looks like it's there's stuff that looks like it's man-made. The physical stuff. This is all light.
and Norma, I agree with you, honestly. I really do.
What Norma say?
She said that, she said, we all know that the government signed a treaty with negative ETs for technology. And she believes that positive ETs are here to disclose to the humanity that we're being deceived, that we've been deceived. So I really, I agree with that all the way. That's why I said I think it's a mixture of a lot of things, good, bad, our government, which can be considered bad, but I think that it is a mixture of a lot of things.
Yeah, and I think we'll have more clarity on that as time goes on. That looks so that was San Antonio,
Oh, wow.
and this is repeating some of the stuff we've already seen, but it just lends itself more to everything we're talking about here. Like this is showing all the locations at least. Yeah, those I I, I don't have an explanation.
See, and some of that stuff right there could just be things that I think they were trying to debunk those as being, ours, or man-made, trying to mimic technology of other places, and which is a good possibility because, you know. Oh, so, well, hello, Julie.
Julie, you got to go back and watch the show. We put a
Julie,
lot
you're
of
late
stuff
for the
up tonight.
party.
We just went through probably like a lot of links that we've collected over the past week or so of other people collecting footage of all of these drones and orbs. And we did a 2-part presentation here of everything that we've collected and shared our thoughts on what we thought's going on.
What do you think? Yeah, we started at like 11, so we're live. We're live, Julie. We're live. Hi. Really, this is not a recording. Julie, what do you think of the orbs?
We can go back to the photographs here.
Yeah.
My photographs.
This one, yeah, these are Steve's photographs that were taken on Susie's ranch back in April.
See, I did a night sky getting all the stars, but the stars are not really stars, are they?
No, I don't think stars are really stars. And I don't think we're moving millions of miles a minute either, because if we were, them stars would be nothing but round streaks. But we won't get into that tonight. We need to do a flat earth thing, Steve.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You really want to dive into that?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that, too.
Hey, you're tearing up my pillows now. Just
Even if you're not on board with the whole flat earth thing, it's worth questioning all this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff that comes along with it.
So again, these are my photos of the night sky on Susie's ranch here. It was back in April of this year. But we got these anomalous things that looked like stars at first, but getting all close like this is what we see. All these T shapes.
Yeah. Like runaways.
It's on more than one
and they go different. Yeah, and they go different directions. You get some that go this way, and then there's a group that goes this way.
And they're different colors. And they're not like repeating within the lens. Like this is actually what's there. That almost looks like a triangle. Oh yeah, we were talking about like the cubes. Like you look at this long enough and you start to see like outlines of other things in there. Now let's see this bright guy here in the bottom. Yeah, this doesn't have that effect.
Right.
So why is it happening to some of these so-called stars but not the others? Again, it looks like a rod with a circle around it. Explain that one.
Right.
And this is done with this is 4K. This is a I'll show you the camera. Just real quick here. And then I'll go back to sharing. I shot it on this Sony. And this is a model that's really well known for its photograph capacity, but also its video. Sony A7 III. So like this is one of the top end Sony cameras, and that's what I used. And I did time lapse. But these were not time lapse. Or no, they were, but not like long. It was a long exposure, but it wasn't like 30 seconds to a minute. This was more like 2-3 seconds. And no, I don't believe that it was like streaking of the lights from doing that. Because, I mean, it was repeatable what I was able to do with this. And I didn't see it at first either. So again, we got these stars here. But are they stars?
I'm not telling. Maybe we ought to throw them some breadcrumbs, see if they see if they'll eat them. And Susie gets all kinds of things that happen out at her house.
See, I was taking pictures like one right after the other here. Actually doing this, you could see the bottom left-hand corner. These things are moving, but they're not all stuck together, I guess is what I'm saying.
I like those orbs.
Again, what is that? Beats me.
I don't know. They're just as strange as those little things right there. Look at those.
What is that?
That's supposed to be
What
a star.
is it?
It's supposed to be a star. What is it? Thumbnail? I mean, NASA, can you tell us what that is? Although I wouldn't trust them either.
And that's all the way zoomed out.
Yeah.
And so this light source up at the top, that's the moon.
Ah, you should have taken pictures of the moon too, Steve. We could have homed in on that. That's all right. We'll get some.
That'll be for my next trip. I'll do that.
Right?
Well, here's the moon, I think. Let's zoom in on this one.
I think were you farther away?
Yeah, that's the moon. But you see, even the light source on this is messed up. I don't
Yeah.
understand why the camera would do this. You could see that it's the moon now. But like all of the, like what's all this around it? It looks like it's up against the wall.
Yeah. Or a ceiling.
And then just for comparison,
That's our simulation. Oh.
I was trying to get the star zoomed in and went to the next picture by accident. Yeah, and that's just hanging out next to this moon here. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to zoom in on. And it's doing the same thing as the other ones, making the T shape. It's telling us about the Trump.
That weird stuff, I'm going to tell you right now. That weird stuff that you see in the sky where the moon is, believe it or not, that, I think, is what our veil looks like. Now move it over a little bit. You see how the sky is? You see how you said it looks like it's up against a wall?
Yeah. Man, this is freaking me out.
It's like a veil. That is the caption they put over our eyes so that we can see whatever they want us to see, not what we can see. Well, some of us can't see.
And it wasn't foggy that night either.
Nope. You could tell when you back it out, it's clear because you can still see the little dots of all the little stars. So it was a clear night out at her house that night.
And I'm going one by one because I got multiple pictures of this. We can just look at each one. I don't understand why the camera would do that. But that's what we got. And then again, you could see the ring.
It's the camera, Steve.
Well, a lot of people would want to just dismiss it as that's the camera.
Well, they can dismiss it all they want. We're sitting here looking at it up close and personal. Yeah, look at that. What's that? On a clear night sky. Look at it. Uh-huh. Closer.
That's it. That's as close as I can get.
Look at that. On a clear night sky. Or that could just be chemicals floating around in the air. There's that source.
Yeah, and the little red hue.
Yeah.
Like that's the camera's picking up something, so can't just say it's whatever.
Yeah. 'Tis true, 'tis true.
So this would be a good example of, I think, light streaking. Well, I don't think we looked at these ones.
I haven't that. What is that? Wait, what is that? What? Wait.
So I think we did not look at this before because I was assuming that this was like a long exposure, more so than the other ones, because there's some weird stuff going on here.
Look, that they all have tails.
So this could be something from the exposure itself. But
Well,
even so, even if this is a light streak from it being a long exposure, you're still getting these
yes.
circles, the T shape on it. Yeah, I think that's why we didn't look at this, because I think it was a fluke.
Norma, behave. Although my mind kind of went there. But still, the moon sneezed. I don't know. What is that?
I think all of our minds went there. I know what you're talking about.
Probably.
This also could be something from the lens, but again, it's here in the picture. So I'm just leaving that out there.
It's kind of pretty, though. Different type of green and a little blue. And there's little Johnny. Sorry, I had to. I just had to.
Even if I took a picture and then moved the camera in this direction like that,
look at the things on top.
It's so prominent that
there's your little T things on top again. See them?
In the background, yeah.
Yeah.
So why would that not streak as well? Everything in the image should streak if I did a long exposure and move it.
It's like Norma. Norma says daddy's little squirt. Oh my God. What are we gonna do with you? Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, those are.
This is more of a blown out exposure. So like, really, we're not going to see too much here.
The puffs of clouds or something is what those stars look like.
Whoa.
Oh,
This one looks a little better.
yeah.
Now, the colors we're seeing here, I do think that's the camera trying to find something to, because
Focus
we're
on.
filming a black sky.
But see, look, it still has all that squiggly stuff.
Yeah, that I can't explain that. I don't know. It'd be very sophisticated, see like a sensor, whatever it is. I mean, to explain it to anybody who doesn't take photography, when you have inside the camera for these digital cameras, it's like a sensor. There's no mirror in this one, so it's absorbing all the light that it can, and then it's creating an image. But this, firstly, it's overexposed, but we're getting all this color in it. Oh, it's really far away.
But see, when you showed it before, when it was darker, it was the light and black, but same patterns as with the overexposed color.
And there's a tree on Susie's property.
Look at that big old tree.
So this is something where it's a long exposure and that's a light streak. So you see all the other objects are behaving the same way. So that's something from the camera moving while the exposure was being taken. But the tree's fine. The tree's not blurry.
I don't know. Susie, is that tree still there? We might have lost her.
This is the one that's between the house and the arena.
Oh, yeah. Susie, we're taking a tour with everybody on your property.
There's the horse arena.
Yeah.
So, this one's pretty clear, so let's go up here. No, there's streaking going on there too. See, so I'm trying to give some practical explanation to all this, and there is some on these ones, but the first few that we were looking at does not have all of the blurriness. It's
right.
Very crisp. In fact, this one might be good. Yeah. See the difference?
Yep.
But again, we're getting that same anomaly.
Yep.
And then the red, there's red stars in here too. Just sitting there, or whatever you want to call these things. That's not something from the sensor of the camera. That's actual lights that's getting picked up. And there's some electrical lines. So that's what you're seeing with that.
See, look at that.
And see how clear the image is?
Yep.
We come down here.
I'm not sure all those trees are still on her property.
Yeah, I doubt it.
She took a whole bunch down.
this is a good section to see that it's properly exposed.
Yeah.
There's no ghosting effect or anything. Let's zoom in on this guy. That has like a red hue around it too.
Right. Susie Wu asked how big the property was.
This is another long exposure. So this is
270 some odd acres, I think.
that sounds about right. I know it's over 200.
278, I think, Susie, is that right? The acres? 273. Okay.
Again, these all look different. They all look like they're facing different directions.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good one.
Looks like little freckles in the sky.
Yeah, I can't explain what any of this is. I can take guesses, but I don't know for sure.
Right?
Okay, this one's smack dab in the center of the camera. And it looks like another rod. So what is it?
What is that?
There's
Looks
90-degree angles on this thing.
It's a Pokemon. What on earth is that?
Pokemon aren't real.
You know what? They'll pop my bubble. They'll pop my bubble. What is that?
You're not here about Santa?
No.
Oh no! Well, while we're at it, the Easter Bunny too.
Oh my goodness.
I just destroyed all those things for me.
Yes, Norma. She's got them out there. I keep telling her to take them peanut butter, but she don't listen because Roger will get mad if somebody eats all the peanut butter in the house.
So up here, you can see the lens flare from the camera. I say it's a lens flare because it's like a greenish blue hue.
Yeah.
So that's happening because of the moon, which is just right off the camera.
Right.
Whoa!
What
Did
happened?
you see that?
What was it?
I swear that was like a video. I guess not.
Maybe it was the sleigh.
This is video of the moon on Susie's property. Oh, nice. Oh, that's like a background image.
All right.
I forgot I had these.
Susie's real familiar with that moon. It follows her all over the place.
See that star that just popped up?
Yep.
There was nothing, and then it just pops up. Maybe it was my... No, okay, it's still there.
It's like, hey, Steve. Well, now, but when you guys, before you took this, it's like she said, you said there wasn't a star in sight outside at night. And then all of a
No.
sudden, you guys get out of the car and boom, there they all were. And you were like, hey, I got to take pictures of this.
Did you see how that went down? That star moved as I moved the camera away. Holy crap. I'm going to have to really look at this stuff in more detail.
You left some of it unseen.
So this is a red star that we saw in the sky here.
That little one?
Yeah. Too bad I can't zoom in on it.
It's a little tiny one. Wow.
And this is the last one. Oh, this was me testing the camera. All right.
Good night, Susie.
That's that.
Get some sleep. I'll know
Good
if
night,
you're
Susie.
not, because usually when you don't go to sleep, you send me videos all night. So I'll just yell at you and tell you to put your phone down. Get out of TikTok land. But, so that was pretty interesting. There's a lot of things floating around out there. Nobody's going to tell us the truth. So, I mean, we're just going to have to be nosy and try to find the truth because, well, you know. I think even sometimes when it gets to the point when they tell us the truth, we just look at them like they're stupid, but because we don't believe it. It's hard to believe anything that they say anymore. Anything.
This all sparked our interest, though, so
yeah.
That's why we're on here talking about this tonight.
So if they say they don't know what it is, well, we don't believe them. We know they know what it is. What we do believe is, do they want to tell us what it is? No, we don't believe that they want to, but I go up there and throw them out. You're fired, all of you. You know, I would like to get a recording of Trump when he used to do that show, and he would tell them, you're fired, and just play that on a really big speakers right out in front of the Capitol, and just push that button. You're fired. Why not? What the hell? It just sounds like fun. Fire them all. They're done. Stick a fork in them. So, we have gone over 30 minutes. We have. And Steve obviously has to go check out these videos again because apparently he missed them.
What I want to do with that one in particular, I want to zoom in on that red star and then see how it looks on video compared to the photos that we were just looking at.
Cool.
And then maybe we'll show that at another time.
Well, I think what we need to work on is getting some flat earth stuff together and some calculations and different stuff like that. I think we need to put a show together for that might take us a little while so we can get some good stuff together.
Hey, I'll do a sneak peek here of something else we might talk about.
Giants.
Time.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Giants. Yes, giants. You know what, and you know what gets me about these pictures that you took here, Steve, is see how big she is. Tell me why the doors in that place are as bigger than she is.
No, they're big enough for her to walk through.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. So this is the Parthenon, 1-to-1 scale in Nashville, Tennessee. And this was completed fairly recently, but the building itself was put together for, I believe, the 1897 World's Fair. So
Huh.
I went and visited this. I got the ticket to get in, and I was like the only one filming and taking pictures. But I got a bunch of content on that, and yeah, it'd be cool to do a show on that sometime.
Yes. That was very interesting. Yeah.
But
I
this
see
was
that.
hidden. It was like they don't really tell anybody that this thing's here. There's not that many pictures out there. And like even doing a Google search, it's like really crappy pictures. So like I got the good pictures of this thing. And yeah, there's a lot of history behind this too because it's a replica of the Parthenon. So they have scale marble from the outside and
Right.
pieces inside because of all
Well,
the
maybe
destruction.
this weekend sometimes we can do a show on that and maybe throw in some of maybe we can look up some stuff for the world world's fairs and see because I know that they yeah, look at there. Oh,
And this angel is supposed to be like what 7, 8 foot tall.
yeah.
They're standing in the palm of Athena.
Yeah, well, Athena's not a very nice person anyways. Not now or in person. Wu said he has studied the world fairs for years. That's what I
Nice.
started with. All the woo. All the woo.
Yeah, the I studied the Chicago World's Fair, 1893 one, and so that really like it made sense for me to go see this thing since it's like
Yeah.
4 years. The Chicago one happened, and then 4 years later, the Nashville one happened. But what were they doing with these fairs? And that's for another whole show we could do. Did they do these fairs to hide all of our ancient history and say they built these things really quickly and then just to destroy them? Uh,
Well,
like the
I
Great
think,
Reset.
yep. And I think most of a lot of the bigger buildings and bridges and stuff like that that they say they built, I think they've been here for a while. I think they destroyed a lot of stuff with Tartaria, but I think that there was some of it they could not. So what they do, they brought it in like they made it. There we go. That's our government taking credit for shit they don't do. God, I really just don't like them anymore. They're fired. We don't need them. So
That's cool.
yeah, we can do
Julie
that one.
said, sorry, Julie said
But
that her great grandfather and Walt Disney were involved in the Golden Gate exhibition in 1939. Yeah, the
well,
fair is just there's some more nefarious thing going on with the fairs, and that's my opinion. Even with like I studied all of this. I have books on it. The books are right up there on the top shelf.
yeah. So I think that we should go ahead this weekend and maybe do us a show on that if you would like to.
Sounds good.
Maybe on a Saturday night or something. Because Friday nights you'll be off doing your thing, won't you? Your thing.
I'll be haunted. I could pop in on the phone though. Like I'm comfortable doing that.
Well, I need to get with Abe too because I've been wanting him to come on and he's been going through some stuff and then his mother-in-law passed away So
Yeah,
I've
you'll
been
have to get
waiting.
him.
Yeah, trying to get him to come on. So maybe if I can. He usually likes to do like Sunday nights, so maybe we can just do a show on Saturday and Sunday night. Maybe we can do this on Saturday, or Susie and I can do something on Friday, and then we can do that on Saturday, and let's see if I can get Abe to come on Sunday. So that'll be three. That'll be three shows in a week, and I owe them shows anyways because since the holidays has been going on and people have been coming and going, we've only had one show here, one show there. So I'm slacking, y'all. I'm slacking. Sorry, I am slacking.
I'll be. I'll look into all of that stuff too. Woo Riders is saying they were doing fairs in the 1700s in Eastern
Yeah.
Europe. So
Yep. I, yeah. They do all kinds of stuff, and they tell us crap. And they don't even history books are not history, no matter what they say. Okay, they're all crap. And when all these people say they got their degrees and stuff, wait till they all find out that they got degrees and shit because they've been lied to. The doctors are really going to flip out. So, but it has been fun, Steve. It's been fun.
yeah, this is a good show. Thank you for having me on here to present all this. And also, like, this is a collection of other things that both of us have shared to each other with the drones and the
Right.
orbs. So this was like the best of the best. And yeah, I hope you all liked it. Got you guys thinking. So that's, I mean, it's all interesting to me.
Yeah.
Makes me think about this long after the show.
This is what Steve and I do when we sit up till 6 o'clock in the morning backstage. we talk about the craziest stuff. We look at videos. We look at pictures. We play old music. He'll get
Yeah.
a in his head, and I'll have to look it up and go, "Oh, I know that song. Here, hang on." But yeah, this is what we do. We get bored.
By the way, uh, if anyone wants to look this up for music, Stephen Foster, spelled with a PH. He did this one song for the Civil War in 1862 called "That's What's the Matter," and it just has really been striking me as like so powerful. It's like to the point, like it explains what these people were going through, what they thought at the time. So check that out. I hear all these people all the time making fun of Dixie and that song, but that's like it's overplayed with all of these reenactments that I do. That's like the only song they know for some reason. So this is like the other side of things with the Union, and like it, I think it just summarizes what these people were thinking and going through at the time. So that's What's the Matter by Stephen Foster. And there's a few people that have like recreated it in memory of him and stuff since it's such an old song. But yeah,
Woo has a question for you, Steve.
my thoughts on Jim Morrison and his dad leading the Gulf of Tonkin incident. I've heard about that. I wouldn't be surprised because a lot of these musicians, it turns out that they were um, the children of government agents, like Chester Bennington, the singer from Linkin Park, that he's the child of John Podesta.
Now I
And you
have
can
a
go and look
question
at
for
that.
you, Woo. Woo, do you think Morrison is dead? Come on, Woo. I'm a waiting. I know Norma might know the answer to this question.
Yeah, thank you, Norma. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You do? I'll tell you a little secret later, Woo. But he still has blue eyes. Only his hair is awfully white. And he is in government right now. So.
And I feel like we need to make a list of all these things.
I wrote it down. I gotta find out which he's a senator for one of the states. And I can't for the like of me right now think about what it is because I'm very tired. But I will bring that up. I think I'm gonna do a show on some of this stuff because I think I'm allowed to now. Talk about some of the people that passed that didn't really pass.
You know, we live in the United States of America.
We do.
We have this. We have an amendment. It's the first amendment. It's called freedom of speech.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know it though. I really wouldn't know because I'm always sensitive.
But the problem with that is sometimes there are people who are privy to things that have to sign disclosures, and when you're given the okay to do something,
well, there's that too.
Yeah. You got to wait to do it.
Yeah.
So
I was just being cheeky saying that.
Being cheesy.
Being cheeky.
Oh, you're being cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheeky. I see. But yeah.
It's not that it's something you're afraid to talk about. It's like you want permission to talk about it. So, and you're just respecting those people's privacy. So I respect that. Captain. I appreciate that.
Captain. But no, Boo, he's not dead. Just so you know. But yeah, I've been thinking about putting together a show about that. It's a long shot because there are some that just don't ever want to be discovered again. They don't. They just want to be peaceful and live who they are today. And I can respect that too. You know, I mean, a lot of them were tied up in the music industry that did them wrong. So they don't want back in that limelight. They don't. A lot of them know that people loved them when they were out there and doing their thing. And they took that and that was good enough for them. So, yeah. Yes, Norma. Absolutely. So, yeah, some of them had really bad lives, and like you said, some of them grew up being children of the systems, actually. And there's even some that were out there that were musicians that actually weren't. They brought other people in to sing for them. They were just the face of that. So, but yeah. And Woo, when their siblings are around and they are given a choice, either they disappear with them or they stick around, but they sign non-disclosures that they're not allowed to speak on them. So it's a sticky thing. It's a very sticky thing. But out of everybody that was killed, supposedly, or died of, if they died of something that has to do with drugs or a suicide, you can almost bet they're not dead. There was over, let me think, 862 people over the last 50 years that I know of that supposedly died but didn't. So the music industry, the movie industry, they're very dirty, crooked fucks. I'm just going to say it. And it caused a lot of people harm with their lives. It caused a lot of people, it did cause a lot of people to pass away that shouldn't have. So,
Oh, I found my beautiful pictures of West Virginia.
you found beautiful pictures of West Virginia?
My beautiful pictures of West Virginia.
Huh.
Oh,
I have family
man.
there. I've never been there, but I do have family there. They keep telling me I need to come there, but I thought when I left California, went to Tennessee, I was living with some backwoods people. Okay, I really did. And then I heard stories. Holy cow! Look at that. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Wonder if
I'm
there's
concerned. I am really concerned that this does not look like this anymore after the hurricane, if it went through this way. You know,
Oh,
I hope it's still there. This was like right off of a road.
is there fish in there?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I could go fishing there. That would be awesome.
But it was so serene just being like I wanted to get out and take a picture of this. But then like just standing there and watching everything is just beautiful.
Oh, by the way, I want to say something while you guys are still here in the chat. Somebody sent me a Cash App for Christmas. And I'm not going to say who it was, but I do want to say thank you so much. Very much appreciated and very much needed. Very much needed. I have been waiting to get paid so I could send my grandson something for Christmas. And apparently my check might be late because they gave me a $24 raise. So that's going to take a while. They got to process that. So I at least got a chance to get him one thing and get it sent off to him. So yes, thank you very much. But yeah, so we are going to put together that show for you guys because I think it would be fun, and I love going on. Steve at late at night would take Susie and I out on adventures, and we'd Google Map, and we would show up in other countries. It was pretty cool. we would go on vacation with Steve, so we called it Vacation with Steve. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, we need to do some more of that. Ooh, look at there.
This is that same location.
That's kind of going pretty fast. I'm gonna have to be a quick fisherman. God, I wish I still had both my legs. I could never get through that stuff in my chair. What is that? Somebody throw garbage in there.
No, it's like all of the different like debris that's in there makes some foam.
Oh.
So it's like the oils from like swamp gas and stuff.
Swamp gas.
It's just swamp gas.
He's swamp gas.
Yeah, that's that's actually they put different colored band, like that's something like get rid of that. That's something for the forest preserve to look at. Probably to cut something down.
Oh.
I couldn't capture the immense beauty of this place. The camera does not do this any justice at all.
It is pretty though. Even though, it might look a little dry. There might be a few things there that don't need to be there, but it's still pretty.
Yeah, this is a little fishing area.
I wonder what was in there. What was in the pipe, Steve?
Oh, here we go. I know it's sideways, but
Like, what are we looking at?
this is It's a stream in West Virginia. So this isn't down by the other side, but
That's so pretty.
yeah.
That was cool. We need to go on a fishing expedition.
A lot of this stuff I meant to put it together into some clips, post it on my channel. I just never got around to it. So this was like in March, and then the next month I was in Texas, and then I was just so busy doing everything, just moving around. But now I got a chance to show some of it. But yeah, we'll get through all the Nashville stuff. I think that'll be cool to do and talk about the World's Fair. It'll be a fun show.
Yeah, I like Nashville. I didn't live that far from there.
They're turning the city into like a glass building. Really. But that's the way the architecture's going these days. But they have all the old stuff too. They like sectioned it off. It's like the original part of the city and then everything else built around it.
That's where he went. He went on a road trip there, Woo, and ended up over there in West Virginia. I bet you if you camped out there at night, you might have even heard you some Bigfoot. They like water and woods.
I heard they're seen in New York quite often.
I don't know why they would go to New York. Or
Well,
have they lost their minds?
Like the eastern side of the state's all like forest for the most part.
Ah, well.
So it's all undeveloped. It's kind of like Illinois. It's like, yeah, why would you go to Illinois? Well, if you go like an hour outside of the city of Chicago, it's like beautiful farmland. But beyond that, yeah, why would you come here? Because there's nothing to do in the city anymore.
I was going to say, because you don't even like it there.
No. Like
Steve, I'm going to throw you a rope from Texas and just kind of reel you in. Drag you across the state. Get in here. We're just going to reel you in.
I do know that I could straight shot do a drive like in 16 hours.
Oh,
from Susie's back to here.
See, let's see, the last trip that I made, and my daughter and I used to do that all the time. Mom, let's go here. And I'd be like, okay. And we would just take off and go on road trips. Half the time, we might not have even known anybody where we were going, but we were just going. So the last trip that I made from here to California, it took a solid 24 hours. And 13 or 14 hours of that, we were still trying to get out of Texas. Okay. And we went down towards El Paso and then back up and around. So yeah, it took us forever, but we took the scenic route and it was pretty awesome. So it did.
That's what my uncle and I did.
Yeah, it took us 24 hours. Then we did stop halfway there. And we ended up getting a room and sleeping for a little while. But on the way back, I was in such a hurry to get back. I drove the whole entire 24 hours. We were back because I couldn't be gone anymore. We stayed a week longer than I wanted to because I grew up out there. I had no desire to ever go back there, but I'm glad that I did because I got to visit a friend that when I came home 2 months later, I found out that he passed away of brain cancer. So I'm glad that I did go and I did get to see him. But when it was time to go, boy, I was ready. I'm like throwing all my shit in the car. My daughter's going, would you pack it? I'm not packing. I brought my mother's ashes back with me. That I did, put her in the back seat and strapped her in. Put her in the seatbelt. We're going. We're leaving. I'm out of here because I really don't care to go back there ever again. So, but anyways, guys, so look at us. We did 3 hours.
Again, it's me. I make your shows all extra long here.
It's okay. I mean,
It's the extended edition of Beyond the Box.
I did. We are in extended. What'd you say? We went to Vegas last year, nonstop from Florida.
Oh,
Go back to Vegas.
I hope you were in the upper part of Florida to take that trip, because if you started down from like Miami, that's like near a whole day in itself to get through
Yeah.
the state.
Yeah. Well, now I lived out that way, for 10 years. And I worked in Vegas for Metro, for Las Vegas Metro. But I lived an hour and 40 minutes away from where I worked there. And I lived in a little town called Bullhead City, Arizona. And we had a bridge. We had to go from Arizona into Laughlin, Nevada, and then go through Laughlin and go up to get into Vegas. And yeah, I wouldn't have lived there either. Not in Vegas. See, I have a friend that lives there, and he keeps telling me that him and his wife are gonna move here to Texas because they really could care less for where they're at now. But I did like Arizona, and I used to say to myself, oh, when I retire, I think I'm gonna move back here. And I got here into Texas, what 23 years ago, and I have never left, and I don't plan on leaving. I actually love it here. We have our own set of rules, and what we don't like, we make up as we go along, and if it works, we stick with it. So it works out okay for me.
The day that I was supposed to leave the Houston area back in April, I was going to be driving through a very bad thunderstorm. And so I stayed an extra night. And then the following day, I decided to visit Susie's ranch. So I stayed a second night longer in Texas than I was supposed to. So I didn't want to leave either. But I had to come back here. I got stuff to wrap up here. And I got family too. So
Yeah.
if I can bring them all with, I'd do it.
Right? Like, come on, everybody. You can always strap your grandpa to the top of the car and rocking chair like they did on National Lampoon. Hang on, Grandpa. Here's a coat if you get cold.
I think he'd enjoy it, or like not that, but like he'd enjoy being in Texas.
Not riding on the hood or riding on the top of the car.
I got to be careful with my words here.
Yeah. I was going to say, I might enjoy that myself. I don't know. Yes, I wouldn't have to ride in the car with anybody else and listen to any bullshit. I just sit on top of, have to hold a screen up though, because I don't want to be smiling and getting any bugs caught in my teeth. That would be gross. Oh my God. What are we doing?
We're winding down the show.
We are. We're winding something. I'm just. So I went out and looked at that place yesterday. That's where I was. It's older, and it's an older house. I do have to do something about air conditioning, and she does have to open it up for us because the only door that I can get in, let me tell you how bad it was. Poor Jack, everybody. So the porch was so high that having my ramp up there, I couldn't get my chair up the ramp. So I had to get out of my chair. So I pull up to the grass. I get out of the chair. I sit on the porch. Okay. Now, knowing I was going to be going on a 13-hour trip, I did not wear a shoe. I just wore a sock because I knew my foot would swell being in the car. So Jack gets my chair up on the porch with the ramp, goes over to pick me up. to carry me over to the house where I can get back in my chair. And usually the way he does it is he'll lift me up, I'll plant my foot, and then I'll stand, and then he can take me over where I need to go. He goes bend down to pick me up. And as he's pulling me up and I'm trying to put my foot down, my foot slips and it slides right in between his legs. And we both almost went down. So here he is trying to get me up off the ground. And he's got his arms underneath my armpit. And I'm laughing because he's tickling me. And he said, "Stop laughing. This isn't funny. You're fat." I said, "Oh, what?" So we go through this fiasco, right? And then we go inside and we find out, of course, we'd have to get window units. No big deal. There's no heat either. So I'm going, well, we can fix that. Okay, we can fix that. I'm okay with that. We can fix that. However, we cannot do this whole thing carrying me in and out of the house. That can't happen. So, but we found out that the back door that goes into where the other rooms are now, that she wants to open up, there's a back door that's level with the ground that I can just go in and out of. So I'm like, huh.
Perfect. Yeah.
So I talked to this woman and I asked her, when are you going to move? She said, well, I'm looking at some property out in Louisiana. And when I get this property out in Louisiana, then I'll go ahead and open it up for you guys so that you can, go in and out. And I said, okay, that could possibly work out good. But the sure thing was, Brenda cannot be. I can't get in and out of the house. If she doesn't open it up, I can't get in and out. So, and I can't be there and not be able to get out of the house. Okay. Now, granted, in the event of an emergency or a fire, I will put my wheelchair at the door and jump out and roll across the ground. Okay. I will do that. But I'm not going to make an everyday thing out of that, because that kind of doesn't feel good either. And then I will have to treat the yard, because I took Putin with me. Putin behaved himself. Susie was amazed. We took him into the restaurant with us. And I told her he's good when he goes places. And he sat on my foot thing, curled up on his little blanket, and he laid down while we were in there eating. But I put him on the grass out there and let him run around to go potty. And he came home with a flea.
Oh.
And so far, I think only one. So later on tonight, and I found it and I took it off him and I crushed it. But later on tonight, I will sit and go through him like inch by inch and all of his hair, which makes him so angry when I do that. But I have to do that because I cannot, my cat is bad and she's mean and she will kill me. If she gets a flea and I have to bathe her, it will be World War III in my house. Okay. So I make sure that none of my animals get any fleas. We treat the yard, and Putin's got so much hair. Do you know what that's like, trying to pick fleas out of somebody with that much hair? He's like this puffball. So that's right. No hitchhikers allowed, Norma. Not at all. So, but yeah. But we had a nice trip out. I got to go see Susie and visit, and we went and ate. And we had some good food and got to visit with her. I hadn't been out there for a while, so it was nice. Jack said the next time we go, we're going to probably just take both dogs with us, get a hotel room for the night, and just stay. Because I'll tell you, driving 5 hours out there, staying for a couple hours, and driving 5 hours back, it kicked your butt severely. Especially me now. I'm not as roadworthy anymore, so it's kind of a pain. But all right, guys, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So Steve and I can sit in the back and screw off, because this is what we like to do. Sometimes we do that in private because we do stupid shit and nobody, really needs to put up with all that. What did we play the other night? The Mamas and the Papas. We were playing music one night. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for coming. And I am sorry we haven't been doing a whole lot of shows, but it'll be okay. Well, you need to probably get with us one day and make an appearance, because I like some of the stuff you do too. I watch your videos that you put up on YouTube and stuff. So, but I want everybody to stay safe this holiday weekend. A lot of crazy things going on. Merry Christmas to all of you. And hopefully we will be seeing you this weekend. And like always, guys, please be kind to one another. Y'all have a good night. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
Goodbye for now, from Beyond the Box.
Please join us again for Beyond the Box, Friday and Saturday evenings, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern. Join us for more intel bombs from our extraordinary guests.
Good night, Putin. Good night, Tucker.